companies out there making affordable cinema lenses, but this is what I went for, the Dulens APO Mini Primes. As expected of cinema lenses, the build quality is very solid. I believe the lens housing is made out of anodized aluminum, and it gives a really nice weight to it. It's neither too heavy nor too light for your system, whether it be a studio setup or a run-and-gun sort of setup. It goes nicely with any setup you choose, with its compact form factor and uniform size throughout the set. The focus gear might have a bit more resistance compared to other lenses like the DZO or the Nissi Athenas, but I'm on the Nucleus Nano 2 and I have never had any problems with it. They also feature a uniform focus throw distance throughout the entire set, 31 to 85, so every time you swap out lenses, you don't need to recalibrate your focus motor. I've had these lenses for almost a year now, but I've been taking my time to make this review so I could take it to enough jobs and projects to determine what I really like and what I really dislike about them. I'm also not going to be talking about it in very specific technical detail. I'm just going to be talking more about my experience using it and what I like and what I dislike about these lenses. Initially, I picked these up because of its vintage qualities. Dulens also marketed them as vintage series Mini Primes. However, they are also quite modern because they're quite sharp and literally has no chromatic aberration due to its APO design. We also get quite a bit of character, and as you can see, the bokeh follows a circular pattern and towards the edges turns into more of a cat's eye shape. This is a characteristic which is reminiscent of the Helios, and I'm a fan of it. I'm always a sucker for vintage Russian lenses and other lenses which exhibit similar qualities. I can go on and on, but I'll save it for another video. Being a set of lenses that are modern but also show vintage qualities, I feel like it's almost a one-size-fits-all kind of thing where you can bring it to shoot commercials, music videos, and films as well. However, if I had the budget, I would still go out and rent some higher-end glass. I mean, who wouldn't? But I digress. These lenses also only go down to T2.4. However, I haven't had myself in any situation where I felt that the depth of field isn't shallow enough. I'm also not someone who's a big fan of shooting everything very wide open. And as a freelance DP, I've been in situations mostly on set where there are light fixtures anyway, so if I needed more light, I will just increase the percentage of whatever light I'm using. The focal length selection that Dulens provides us, 31, 43, 58, and 85, it's unique compared to the regular ones that we're used to, with 15, 25, 35, 50. Operating in focal lengths which are in between those more conventional ones makes the APO Mini Primes look a bit more unique, adding again to its character. Not to mention the focus roll-off is also very smooth, like a baby's ass, but it's to be expected from cinema lenses. The flares that these lenses produce are also very unique. They're rainbow. Some people may find this to be quite distracting from the image. I personally think that it's okay and I actually quite dig the look. And fortunately for all of the stuff that I've been doing, it hasn't been an issue. I suspect it's the coating that they use to make the lens look vintage is what created the flare, but it's also responsible on how it performs under direct light, because it loses contrast quite quickly and washes out the image. That's why I usually have a matte box on or a flag on standby to cut the light from hitting the lens too much and causes this desaturation. Upon the grade, if this happens, I will usually add a bit more saturation and contrast compared to the better controlled shots. The minimum focus distance on these are also not great, and I've had frustrations over not being able to shoot extreme close-ups or detail shots without the use of a diopter. However, this is not unfixable. The APO Mini Primes are in no way the perfect set of lenses, but for my use case as a freelance DP, I think that they are the right fit for me. And despite its shortcomings, I do think that the pros outweigh the cons. So So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. If you want any sample footage to look over yourself in DaVinci or whatever, feel free to ask me and I can shoot you a couple raw files for you to play around. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
I put so much crap into it. It's just a waste of my life.